And now, from the entertainment and gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, it's time for Sports Picks, the show that gives you the winning edge. With your host, the legendary football coach and sports broadcaster, Harvey Hyde. Tonight, coming to you from the world-famous All-Star Cafe, where the sports celebrities rendezvous in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome to Sports Picks with Harvey Hyde and his all-star guests.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's great to be with you, and this is a great show that you're going to enjoy. We're going to be with you every week. We're going to talk about your favorite team, your favorite sports personality. We're going to have them right here with us from the All-Star Cafe right here in Las Vegas. You know, everyone wants to visit Las Vegas, and a lot of you can't get out here all the time, but you can be with us once a week as you watch our show. We're going to talk about your favorite team. We're going to give you some ideas. We're going to let you come into our huddle, and you're going to listen to us call the play. Can you imagine that? Hey, we've got some great NFL stars who have been with us this week. We've got some predictions on who they may like in this year's Super Bowl, and guess who they picked? I don't know. Just think about it for a moment, but we've got Randy White, we've got Herb Coleman, we've got Terrence Shaw, we've got all these great players who know what it feels like to cover a kickoff and wear a helmet. I've worn one, probably you've worn one. We're going to have a lot of fun here on our special show. So we want to ask you to always join us, join our team, join our huddle, and have a lot of fun weekly with Sports Picks. Now we're going to take this short time out, and when we come back, we're going to start to get in shape. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Win $2,500 every week during the NFL preseason. If you think you have a knack for picking winners, you can become a winner. Announcing the first and only football sweepstakes of its kind. There's no obligation, no risks. You put up nothing. That's right, you enter free. To play, call toll-free 1-888-238-8805. Submit your picks 24 hours prior to game time. The player with the most correct picks wins. In case of a tie, you will share in the aggregate $2,500 prize. It's free. It's fun. Call now. 1-888-BET-8805. You can also play over the internet. Just access our website at sportswager.com and pick your winners. It's that easy. Remember, the NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. You be the big winner this season. Call now. 1-888-238-BET-8805. That's 238-8805.
The NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. This year, you can be the big winner. Play the Cook Racing Sportsbook preseason football sweepstakes free and win $2,500 a week. There's no risk. You bet no money. It's fun, it's easy, it's free. Just call toll-free to 1-888-238-8805 and record your picks for the week. The player with the most correct picks wins $2,500. You can also play over the internet. Just access the Cook Racing Sportsbook at www.sportswager.com and win along with your favorite NFL teams. No gimmicks, nothing to buy, put up no money, absolutely nothing to lose. Call now 1-888-BET-8805. That's 1-888-238-8805 or access the website at sportswager.com. You must be at least 21 to play. You be the big winner this year.
Well, welcome back. Well, I hope you've been doing your stretching and getting in shape for this next segment. We've got a lot of things to talk about, but first of all, before we do that, I got to call the play. That means I got to tell you more about this show and how exciting this show is going to be. You know, there's a lot of excitement all around this time of year. There's the big races coming. There's the, of course, you know, you love the Super Bowl, which we're going to talk about a little bit, and football season's not that far away, so we want to get some predictions, but I don't want to talk about that yet. I want to talk about basketball. I want to talk about the fastest man in the world. I want to talk about the world's strongest man. We might even have him on our show, and we're also going to give you our little ideas of who we think might win a game or two, or a horse race or two. We've got a real expert that's going to do our horse racing segment, and you'll have a chance to meet the biggest jockey in America. Yeah, that's Dennis Tobler, so he'll be with us shortly, too. You know, across the street, they're having one of those strongman arm contests. You know, when they arm wrestle each other, and a couple of the NFL players are across the street, and Hey, you know what? I had a chance to sort of measure their biceps compared to my biceps, and guess what? I took second, third, fourth, and fifth. But I had a chance to talk to those guys about getting their ideas on who they think might win the Super Bowl or who might win their division. I bet you want to know what they said. I know I was interested in it, and it's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to put them on the line. We're going to find out what they really thought about their selections. Now, the first guy we're going to talk to is an all-proer. I know you all remember him out of the state of Maryland. He was an All-American at the University of Maryland and then played many, many years for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's Randy White, that great defensive lineman. Hey, Randy, are you ready for this question? Here it goes, big guy. Who do you think's going to win it all in this year's Super Bowl? Now, think about it because we're going to hold you to it.
That's a tough question. Without, off the top of my head, I'm going to pick a wild shot. I'm going to say the Phoenix Cardinals out of the NFC East has a great shot at the Super Bowl if they continue to improve like they have the last couple years.
Randy, that was a heck of a selection. I'm going to hold you to that selection. And remember, I've got your telephone number, so you can't run and hide from me. You might want to try to. Now it's time for me to introduce another player. Wow, could he play? A nose guard from Notre Dame, then played with the Raiders for years, does a lot of radio and television. You see him, short, strong, broad shoulders and so on, over there doing a little arm wrestling. But we're going to put it right on you, Bob. We're going to ask you a very serious question. And you don't have Rudy around to help you with your answer either. Now, who do you think is going to win it all this year and win the Super Bowl, Bob Golick?
The best shot in the Super Bowl this year, my wife is from Denver, so she says I have to say the Broncos, but Elway's gone, so they haven't got a chance. No, they have a chance. The Browns. Yeah, the Browns are coming back. They got the best shot.
Great answer, Bob. I knew you were going to select that team. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Now let me ask you another role. Everyone's so concerned about the quarterback and the backup role that the quarterback really has now in the NFL. What do you think about the importance now of the quarterback and the backup quarterback in the NFL?
Well, you know, having been a defensive lineman my entire life, and my job, actually job description, actually said to maim and injure starting quarterbacks, I would say that backup quarterbacks were incredibly valuable. Now, they're becoming quite expensive, and I'll tell you, for instance, well, it's in all seriousness. I mean, look at last year. John Elway started to get a little bit nicked, a little bit beat up, and Bubby Brister stepped up and really did a nice job stepping in. I think that's one of the reasons people think Denver will have a great opportunity this year, because Bubby did such a good job when John Elway was injured.
Great, great answer, Bob. Gosh darn it, you've got me going. I'm ready to break the huddle and play right now. Now I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curve because we're going to go to the college type of predictions. Who's going to be the top 5, or who's going to be in the top 5 teams this year in college football? And, of course, I guess I have to ask you, where's Notre Dame going to be?
Who knows? Bob Davies took over for Lou Holtz when he left, and last year was not an easy transition year for him, but I've talked to him a couple of times, and he seems optimistic. Notre Dame has always been the kind of school that hasn't had a very difficult time recruiting because of its reputation, because of its history, and because of the kind of school that it is. You're going to get a lot of good athletes, and you're going to get a lot of athletes that are, I don't want to say smarter than normal, but a lot of these guys want to go there because there's good educational opportunities there too. And I know that sounds like I'm trying to sell the school, but I'm not. But I think that it is definitely a school that doesn't need to recruit too hard. But I think with the new coach, they're going to have to start pushing a little bit. Top 5 college schools. I don't know. Florida State probably is going to be right up there. I would imagine Florida. We'll see how Tennessee does again. Ohio State, I like what they've been doing recently. Notre Dame, being a graduate. No, they won't be in the top 5, but they'll be in my top 5, darn it.
Guess who Bob Golick just tackled? Terrence Shaw. Can you believe that, from the San Diego Chargers? We're going to ask Terrence that same question. Terrence, listen up now, buddy. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Honestly, the best shot might be Minnesota because everybody's coming back to them. So I think they got the best shot.
Now you've had a chance to hear all the predictions from all of the big guys. Now it's time for you to hear from my team, the members that I like to arm wrestle with, and maybe I'll get you in trouble when I introduce these 2 superstars, but they're part of Las Vegas, and you know, every time you come to Las Vegas, you like to be entertained and have a lot of fun and look at pretty women and so on. So let me let you take a look into my real huddle.
Hi, Harvey. This is Rosie. I'm here at the Tropicana in Las Vegas for the NFL event. My guess is the Jaguars, because I just love them. I think it's the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys? Dallas Cowboys. Okay.
I told you to expect everything on our show. We're going to come to you every week with new surprises, new interviews, and a lot of fun. You know, when we come back from this short break, Dennis Tobler is going to join us, and we're going to find out about how he loves the sport of racing, and he's very knowledgeable about all those other sports, too.
Win $2,500 every week during the NFL preseason. If you think you have a knack for picking winners, you can become a winner. Announcing the first and only football sweepstakes of its kind. There's no obligation, no risks. You put up nothing. That's right, you enter free. To play, call toll-free 1-888-238-8805. Submit your picks 24 hours prior to game time. The player with the most correct picks wins. In case of a tie, you will share in the aggregate $2,500 prize. It's free, it's fun. Call now, 1-888-BET-8805. You can also play over the internet. Just access our website at sportswager.com and pick your winners. It's that easy. Remember, the NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. You be the big winner this season. Call now, 1-888-238-BET-8805. That's 238-8805.
The NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. This year, you can be the big winner. Play the Cook Racing Sportsbook preseason football sweepstakes free and win $2,500 a week. There's no risk. You bet no money. It's fun, it's easy, it's free. Just call toll-free to 1-888-238-8805 and record your picks for the week. The player with the most correct picks wins $2,500. You can also play over the internet. Just access the Cook Racing Sportsbook at www.sportswager.com and win along with your favorite NFL teams. No gimmicks, nothing to buy, put up no money, absolutely nothing to lose. Call now 1-888-BET-8805. That's 1-888-238-8805 or access the website at sportswager.com. You must be at least 21 to play. You be the big winner this year.
Welcome to the horse racing section of the Sports Picks TV show. My name's Dennis Tobler, and I'll be here each week with some insights and some information that could better help you handicap the upcoming horse races around the country and around the world. And what segment on horse racing would be complete without going over a little bit about what's happened the first part of the horse racing season. We're in a mid-season lull right now. The first half of the season, we kind of concentrated on the 2- and 3-year-old divisions. Of course, with the Triple Crown races, the Kentucky Oaks, these are the horses that have drawn the headlines, and what an exciting year it has been so far. Once again, we made a strong run at the Triple Crown this year, but as in the past years, like Silver Charm 2 years ago, Real Quiet last year, Charismatic was just unable to get that last leg of the Triple Crown, that tremendous Belmont run, to finish the trifecta. So, as in the past 3 years, the Belmont has been the killer for these horses. Even at that, we have seen tremendous excitement generated, and I hope one of these days someone can capture that Belmont crown. Also, we need to mention the horrible sight that we've seen with Charismatic standing on the Belmont Park stretch with Chris Antley holding his leg after the race. Well, I'm here to tell you that that happens in horse racing. Charismatic is none the worse for the wear. He's been operated on, he's healthy now, and he will enjoy a very happy career at stud. Like I said before, the first half of the horse racing season, we concentrate on the 2- and 3-year-olds. The second half of the season, we're going to spend more time with the handicap division and some of the turf racing divisions. Coming up, big races we'll be looking at: the Whitney Stakes at Saratoga August 1st, and of course the Pacific Classic. The $1 million race at Del Mar goes August 29th, and we'll be there with insights on that race. Now let's look forward to a couple of races coming up this weekend. First, let's go to Belmont Park. As Belmont Park winds down its season, it's time for them to get the handicap horses into action. This week is the Suburban Handicap. Goes on Monday, July 5th, and I look for this one to be an easy win. There's a short field here, but Barron's will definitely be going wire to wire in this one. No one can catch him. He's head and shoulders above the field. No competition. Take Barron's in the Suburban Handicap. And I might mention to you that the Suburban will be seen on the Fox Series of Champions, so you can watch it on national TV. One more race on the same Fox Series this weekend is the Insolent Handicap. The Insolent goes at Monmouth Park in New Jersey, and one of the horses to watch there is Frisk Me Now. We kind of thought Frisk Me Now would go to Belmont to challenge Barron's for the Suburban Handicap, but when he found out Barron's was going and he's such a prohibitive favorite, he stayed at Monmouth, and I look for Frisk Me Now to be a big winner this weekend also. So we'll be back again next week. I want you to stay with us each and every week, and we'll be back with more picks and winners right here on Sports Picks.
Welcome back to the All-Star Cafe. You know, that was a great segment on racing. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really did. And, you know, Dennis, you're going to be with us weekly, giving us all those updates on racing and all the thoughts and the theory behind selecting a horse in certain races that we should be aware of around the country. But I got a sneaky suspicion you know more than just horse racing. You're too big for a jockey, and I know you didn't ride your way into the All-Star Cafe, okay?
That's right, Harvey.
So I know you've played a little football and so on, so I wanted to invite you back to be a part of this segment and tell us a little bit about yourself and all of the other All-American awards and All-State awards that you received, and doing a lot of other activities from the state of Nebraska, of course.
Well, thank you very much, Harvey. It's a pleasure to be with you. And I do have a background in football. I was an all-state football player in Nebraska in the 60s, a long time ago. But it's carried through. My love of sports and horse racing has gotten me here to Las Vegas. I just love all the action.
Well, I'm going to guess. You look like you were a lineman to me.
That's right, Harvey. I played right smack dab in the middle of the line. They didn't write much about me, but I was in on every play.
The only time his name got called is if he was an offensive player, is when he held somebody. And on defense is when he made the tackle. And he made a lot of tackles because he was all-state. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's find out about some of your selections this year. You know, the football season's not too far away, and I know you've taped your ankles, and you're ready to play. Tell us, what do you think of this coming football season?
Oh, I think it'll be a very exciting football season. I'm looking forward to the college ranks especially. They seem to come up with some excitement each and every year. We're heading towards a playoff system now, so it'll be much more exciting as we watch the year go along. In the pro football, we can't wait to see if Denver can repeat again.
You know, that's a big question for all of us out there. I know you people out there have that same question. Are we looking forward to a Division I college playoff system? I don't know. I sort of like the traditional bowl games and so on. I know the big argument is who's going to be the national champion. Can we stay with the traditional bowl games? Do we have to go to a playoff, Dennis?
Well, I don't know, Harvey. It looks to me like the almighty dollar's going to rule, and it looks like they're going to make a playoff system down the line. But you and I were talking earlier, and I'm a bit concerned myself about the number of games a college team may have to play to reach the final round of the playoffs. It just might be too much for those college kids, and I'm kind of like you. The old traditional way has worked very well for years and years. I see no need to change it.
Well, I know I don't want to change it, but I love talking about it the rest of the year. Everyone wondering about, well, should this team have played this team? And if that team would have played that team, would we have still had the same national champion? But, you know, I always say you got to line them up, you got to play them, and you got to have some fun. Now, let's talk about the NFL for a moment, Dennis. And I know a lot of people out there are thinking about it, too. John Elway, no longer on the field for the Denver Broncos. How much of a difference is that going to make for the Denver Bronco team?
Well, it'll certainly make a big difference for the Broncos. He's been a leader for 15, 18 years in Denver. However, I think the key to the Broncos' success over the past few years has probably been the coaching of Mike Shanahan. You remember that Elway has always gotten him there but could never get over the hump. The minute Shanahan came on board and started running the offensive plays against the defenses and his defense against the offense, instead of just trying to react, the Broncos have moved to the top of the heap. As far as I'm concerned, somebody's going to have to knock them off, and I think the odds are good this year. 5-1 on them to win the Super Bowl. That's better than it's been in a couple of years. I think the Broncos have a great chance again this year.
Well, Dennis, I've put a lot of players on the spot earlier, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you think the Denver Broncos can win 3 straight world championships?
Well, I really think they can. Last year, Elway was out a couple of games. Bubby Brister stepped in, And it's not so much the talent, but the system at Denver. They have the play calling ability to mix up the defenses, and I think Shanahan's just a truly great coach. Until somebody knocks him off, Harvey, I'm sticking with him.
Dennis, I want to thank you for joining us here in our first show.
Thank you very much.
And you can start for me anytime.
All right.
Win $2,500 every week during the NFL preseason. If you think you have a knack for picking winners, you can become a winner. Announcing the first and only football sweepstakes of its kind. There's no obligation, no risks. You put up nothing. That's right, you enter free. To play, call toll-free 1-888-238-8805. Submit your picks 24 hours prior to game time. The player with the most correct picks wins. In case of a tie, you will share in the aggregate $2,500 prize. It's free. It's fun. Call now. 1-888-BET-8805. You can also play over the internet. Just access our website at sportswager.com and pick your winners. It's that easy. Remember, the NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. You be the big winner this season. Call now. 1-888-238-BET-8805. That's 238-8805.
The NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. This year, you can be the big winner. Play the Cook Racing Sportsbook preseason football sweepstakes free and win $2,500 a week. There's no risk. You bet no money. It's fun, it's easy, it's free. Just call toll-free to 1-888-238-8805 and record your picks for the week. The player with the most correct picks wins $2,500. You can also play over the internet. Just access the Cook Racing Sportsbook at www.sportswager.com and win along with your favorite NFL teams. No gimmicks, nothing to buy, put up no money, absolutely nothing to lose. Call now 1-888-BET-8805. That's 1-888-238-8805 or access the website at sportswager.com. You must be at least 21 to play. You be the big winner this year.
Well, welcome back. Herb Coleman, I understand you caught the mic over there. Now it's time for you to give us a little bit of an insight on the Denver Broncos. You're a part of the Denver Broncos, and of course you're the defending world champions from the NFL. Now I've got to ask you this. You've got one member of your team missing next year, and that's John Elway. What difference will that make to the Denver Broncos?
It's going to be a difference, but I'm sure we can pull the slack.
Herb, good answer. I expected that answer from you, Herb. Now I've got a second question from you. Of course, I'm going to ask you this because it has to do with your division. Who's going to be the team to beat in your division this year? Is it the Denver Broncos?
Harvey, I like the Denver Broncos. Obvious reasons, of course.
And the final question, you know I'm going to answer this. Is the Denver Broncos going to again be the defending champions and win again in Super Bowl 34?
Three-peat. Three-peat, Harvey.
Herb, great answer. I'm really surprised. You think the Denver Broncos might win it again this year? Hey, I'm almost going to pick the Denver Broncos too, but we'll wait and see. I'm going to hold you to that, Herb, and I'm going to watch your games this year. So remember, I can find your telephone number out too. Now it's time to go to another pro player who's over there working and flexing his muscles a little bit across the street. And I understand Rod Payne is over there. He's a big offensive lineman, you know, likes to block people, grabs them once in a while when he can get away with it. But Rod, tell me about your division. You're with the Cincinnati Bengals. Who's going to win your division this year?
I like us. What, you want me to tell you I like somebody else? It's going to be a tough division this year, Central. We got Cleveland in there, so it's going to be a powerhouse with Baltimore and Pittsburgh, as usual.
Rod, good answer. Very good. Now I'm going to ask you a very simple question, and I know you've prepared for this, but you've heard me ask everyone else this same question. Rod, who's going to win the Super Bowl this year? Now tell me, be honest. Don't tell me the Bengals unless you really believe it. Tell me who you really think is going to win the Super Bowl.
I think anytime you can be the defending champion, you got a good shot at it, you know, so Denver's definitely up there. As far as the rest of the league, that's why we suit up and play every Sunday. You never know.
I'll tell you what, Rod, I really respect you because winning is important, and I'll tell you, I didn't expect anything else. You're a real winner.
Win $2,500 every week during the NFL preseason. If you think you have a knack for picking winners, you can become a winner. Announcing the first and only football sweepstakes of its kind. There's no obligation, no risks. You put up nothing. That's right, you enter free. To play, call toll-free 1-888-238-8805. Submit your picks 24 hours prior to game time. The player with the most correct picks wins. In case of a tie, you will share in the aggregate $2,500 prize. It's free. It's fun. Call now. 1-888-BET-8805. You can also play over the internet. Just access our website at sportswager.com and pick your winners. It's that easy. Remember, the NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. You be the big winner this season. Call now. 1-888-238-BET-8805. That's 238-8805.
The NFL preseason kicks off August 7th. This year, you can be the big winner. Play the Cook Racing Sportsbook preseason football sweepstakes free and win $2,500 a week. There's no risk. You bet no money. It's fun, it's easy, it's free. Just call toll-free to 1-888-238-8805 and record your picks for the week. The player with the most correct picks wins $2,500. You can also play over the internet. Just access the Cook Racing Sportsbook at www.sportswager.com and win along with your favorite NFL teams. No gimmicks, nothing to buy, put up no money, absolutely nothing to lose. Call now 1-888-BET-8805. That's 1-888-238-8805 or access the website at sportswager.com. You must be at least 21 to play. You be the big winner this year.
We want to thank you for letting us come into your living room tonight, and we really enjoyed sharing some time with you. From the All-Star Cafe here in Las Vegas, you know, we're going to give you a little bit more each week. This week we learned to huddle. Next week we'll call a play or two, and we're going to give you a little bit more on the winning edge, some of the tips and things to look for in special games. Your favorite game, whether it's football, basketball, horse racing, you name it, we'll talk about it with all of the sports celebrities that we have right here on Sports Picks. So we want you to have a great week. We hope your team wins, and we look forward to being in your living room next week.